English translation 291st contact. Tuesday, 26th of September 2000, 22:30 hours.
Oh, this is such a surprise.
I think I succeeded, I see. Greetings!
Also for my part, one would like to welcome you.
Asina, the sea dancer.
I am astonished. You can suddenly speak German. Be very welcome. Of course you too, dear friend. But this is really a surprise, which makes me very happy. I did not think that I would see you again, Asina. But how is it that you suddenly master the German language so well? I can still remember another understanding when you were here on 26.11. 1977. I know the date so well because Ptah told me this a few days ago when he told me that you were back in the area, although he did not know whether you would visit me again.
Of course I wanted to visit you while I was here. And that I speak your language is because of this little device here on my body belt. It is a language converter.
Aha! This is what Ptah told me about, that you Denneber have received such devices, as well as other flying apparatuses with which you can travel through space.
That is right. Furthermore, the peoples of Deneb have been members of our Federation for quite some time, which is why they have been equipped with appropriate technology.
And why are you here again, Asina?
As usual, we are on an expedition, and since the Earth serves as well as a stopover to our next destination, we have moved into your time by a leap in time.
Aha! I suspected something like that when I saw the lights in the sky. I assume that you jumped out of your dimension directly into our time, and we became aware of you just at the moment you were materialized. And I assume that this must have happened about 200 kilometers away from our center, somewhere in the north and over German territory.
That is correct. The materialization took place very high above the Feldberg area in Germany.
We could observe several ships as light objects, some of which climbed higher into the sky, while others moved sideways, far in the background of terrestrial planes that flew away from Cloten Airport or approached it. Also, we noticed, that means practically our whole group of over 30 persons, that suddenly some of the objects extinguished or let their light disappear, whereby then a flashing appeared, which could have nothing in common with earthly airplanes. How many ships were there? Even in Bern, the spectacle could be observed, as I was told by telephone.
The number of our ships with which we came into your time is 21. But now I would like to tell you the reason for my visit, which is that I want to thank you for the very great help you gave us at that time, mine and all my companions. Unfortunately, it was no longer possible for me to visit you again and thank you for your help. Unfortunately, everything turned out differently than we had planned.
I already understand, because it is not always possible to do everything the way you want. But it is a special honor and joy for me that you found your way here today, that the visit was possible for you. I would also be happy if we could talk a little more, because I have some questions that interest me about you, your people, and your homeland.
Unfortunately, this will not be possible because we only have a few minutes right now, as Asina has to be back with them in less than 6 minutes, as the time of her further approach to the destination is already set. For this reason, we have to say goodbye again.
Is there enough for at least one more question?
If it is short?
Yes, it just amazes me that the lights were not shown on TV or in the newspapers, because the whole thing took a good 10 minutes and must have been seen by a lot of human beings.
The Earth humans are like that. They obviously consider such events to be of earthly origin. Thus, it will have been that the lighting up of the flying apparatuses from Asina's armada was interpreted as earthly aircraft. But now, my friend, it is time to say goodbye.
Then, Asuna, you are.
She just likes you.
So live well, both of you, and goodbye. Maybe we will see each other again in our life this time, Asina.
That will unfortunately no longer be the case. So I want to give you my final greeting to say goodbye. May you still have a long and fulfilled life. And thank you again.
I wish you the same. Farewell.